Good evening everyone, and welcome to this inaugural event for Yes Scotland in Moray. It's great to see such a fantastic turnout here tonight. Thank you all very much for coming along. My name is Blair Jenkins. I'm Chief Executive of Yes Scotland. We are holding these events all around the country at the moment. I was extremely keen to come and be the person who did the launch in Moray. I'm very proud to come from Elgin. I should say right away, if there's anyone in the audience who knew me either at Seafield Primary or at Elgin Academy, then all I can tell you is, honestly, I really have improved since those days. and whatever I did, please don't hold it against me now. It's always a great pleasure to be here, and it's a particular pleasure, obviously, for me to be here at the launch of Yes Moray. I know there'll be people here who are still making up their minds, and that's absolutely terrific. Because what Yes is about over the next 2 years is really engaging in a conversation with the people of Scotland. It's about having a dialogue with the kind of country we want to be, the kind of future we want to see, not just for ourselves, but our children, our grandchildren. And I think it's very important that as many people as possible get involved in that dialogue and to take part in that conversation. Now, there is obviously a major role within Yes Scotland for the SNP, the Scottish National Party, who are the biggest party supporting a Yes vote. But also on my advisory board are the Scottish Green Party, Scottish Socialist Party, and people like myself who are not members of any political party and who've never been involved in any political campaign before. It's a very important point that this is not just about politics. It's very much a people-based and a people-driven campaign. And I think Yes Scotland and the debate, the whole future of Scotland debate, I think transcends party politics. It's much bigger than party politics. You'll be aware of the fact, I'm sure, that we've already had the formation within the Labour Party of Labour for Independence. I'll be talking at their first conference in Glasgow next month, so I'm looking forward to that. That Yes Scotland will be the biggest and the best political campaign that Scotland has ever seen. I think the scale of the debate and the scale of the issue demands that kind of response. So we will be, in the course of the next year and next 2 years, developing a campaign of the quality, I hope, and the scale that the issue warrants and that the people of Scotland deserve. I think we want to make sure that people have the information that they need, the debate they deserve, and then, of course, the outcome they desire. So that is one of the things we keep trying to get across, is that we are going to be a very positive campaign. We think you have an open and honest and a constructive dialogue with people, and that's the way to run the campaign. Be a grassroots campaign. I've said, and I do believe, that we want to have Yes active in every community in Scotland, and we do intend to knock on every door. We do intend to have a conversation, to have a dialogue with everyone on the electoral register in the next 2 years and persuade them of the case for independence. I've commissioned quite a lot of opinion polls in my time in different jobs that I've done, and 2 years out from the independence referendum, opinion polls, to be honest, don't really mean terribly much. The one thing that they do tell us, which is interesting, is every time we ask the question, if you say to people, if you thought you'd be better off in an independent Scotland, would you vote for it? And that always triggers a majority vote. The other thing that seems to be triggering a majority yes vote is if you ask people how they would vote if the next government of the UK was to be a Conservative government. That also triggers a yes majority vote. Who'd have thought? The numbers are actually quite encouraging for us in many ways. We're doing our own research, and the one thing I would say to people in the room, and I know a lot of people here are probably still to make up their mind, what we're finding is that there is a part of the population who've already decided they're definitely voting yes, and a part of the population who've already definitely decided they're voting no. Together, it's unlikely that those two groups add up to 50% of the population. The majority of people, I think, at this stage are saying to us that they want to hear the arguments, they want to hear the evidence, they're still open to the debate, and it's a very important point. And I'll come on to the importance of being able to persuade other people to vote yes if you're someone who's already a yes supporter, because I think it's a very important part of this campaign. I think there's a lot of evidence nowadays that people are more inclined to trust and believe and be persuaded by someone they know personally rather than by a politician on the telly, to be honest. We need to explain to people what the benefits of independence are. What's the point? We very much have to link it to people's individual lives. Most folks nowadays, for the reasons you'll all be aware of, are pretty concerned about their economic circumstances, the security of their job, where will the jobs be for the next generation. So we very much have to link the independence debate to those aspirations and how we get a fairer and more prosperous economy. I do believe wherever you are on the political spectrum in Scotland, you're much more likely to take a collective view of society. I think the phrase "we're all in it together" doesn't sound hollow when it's said in Scotland. I think that's the way people do view life, that your obligations to other people don't begin and end at your own front door, and that there is a sense that we're more of a sharing society and that we do look out for one another, and I think that's a very important part of it. It's a fundamental point that we're trying to put across in this campaign, that it is fundamentally better for us all if decisions are taken by the people who care most about our country, that is by the people of Scotland, the people who live and work here. What we find, and I think what the polling evidence also demonstrates, is that most people in Scotland like the idea of decisions being made in Scotland, that we take our own decisions and live by our own values. No one has a greater interest than people in Scotland, or people of Scotland ourselves, in making the best of Scotland and giving us the kind of future that we want. We will talk to the No campaign about how we do this, because I think it has to be done jointly. I think there's every reason and every sense in school debates for the people who are going to be able to vote in 2 years' time. My own view is that it's been said that numerically this is not all that significant a thing in terms of the outcome of the referendum. That might be true, or it might not be true. I just believe absolutely that if you're 16 with all the responsibilities and the expectations that are placed on you by society, you absolutely should have a say in the future of your country. Thank you very much.